The man wanted to divorce his wife because she was a housewife. 2 days later, he regretted it too late. Anna flipped through a cooking magazine, her eyes sparkling with excitement. She scribbled notes in the margins, thrilled by a new recipe for creamy mushroom casserole. Maybe I'll use wild mushrooms instead of button ones, she thought, imagining her husband's surprise at the bold flavor. Cooking was her passion, her escape. She could spend hours in the kitchen, mixing flavors to create something new. Lately, she dreamed of writing her own cookbook, filled with her unique recipes. Lost in her ideas, Anna didn't hear the front door open. Only the sound of heavy footsteps in the hallway snapped her out of her thoughts. "Mark, you're home," she called cheerfully, stepping into the hall. "I found this amazing recipe. It blends Italian and American styles. It'll be incredible." Her husband walked past without looking at her. A whiff of expensive cologne and a hint of women's perfume trailed behind him. Anna felt a chill run down her spine. "Dinner's ready. I made your favorite," she said, her voice softer now. "Enough," Mark snapped, cutting her off. "I'm sick of your cooking experiments. It's all you talk about. It's not interesting to me. I'm tired." He stormed into the living room, pulled papers from his briefcase, and tossed them onto the coffee table. Some sheets scattered across the floor. "What are these?" Anna asked, her voice trembling as she picked them up. "Divorce papers," Mark said coldly. "Sign them. No drama." The room spun around Anna. She grabbed the back of a chair to steady herself. "What are you saying? Divorce? Things are good between us. We just celebrated your promotion. You told everyone what a great wife I am. You were great," Mark shouted, loosening his fancy jacket. "Maybe for a low-level manager. But I'm the deputy director now. I have new connections, new goals, a new lifestyle. You don't fit into my world anymore. I'm embarrassed to admit you're my wife. It's humiliating. Look at yourself. A housewife obsessed with recipes. A nobody. You're not on my level." Tears streamed down Anna's face. "But I thought," she stammered. "I wanted to write a cookbook. Maybe start a cooking channel." "That's so small and pathetic." Mark sneered. "I need a woman of my caliber, educated, polished, fluent in 3 languages. Not a cook with dreams of a recipe book." "So there's someone else," Anna said, her voice breaking. She clutched the papers, her knuckles white. "Yes," Mark admitted. "She's 100 times better than you. With her, I feel proud. I respect myself. With you, it's the opposite. Our marriage is over. For 2 years, I stood by you," Anna said, her voice shaking. "When you were just a junior manager. When you couldn't afford a decent suit. I cooked, cleaned, ironed for you." "Exactly," Mark interrupted. "You stayed a maid and a cook. While I grew." "Enough talk. Sign the papers and let's end this circus. The apartment's yours. I'm moving out. I don't want anything. Tomorrow, I'll send people for my stuff." Mark headed for the door, already dialing his phone. "Hey, sweetheart, I'm on my way. Meet me at our restaurant." The door slammed shut, leaving silence behind. The ticking of the clock was the only sound. Anna sank into a chair, clutching the divorce papers. In the oven, a forgotten pie began to burn. But she didn't move. Her world, built carefully over 2 years, crumbled in minutes. How did this happen? Her mind raced. When did it all go wrong? Why didn't I see it? The silence and the bitter scent of another woman's perfume were her only answers. The next morning, a knock at the door startled her. Anna, who hadn't slept, shuffled to open it. 2 strong men in movers' uniforms stood there. "Good morning. Mark sent us to pick up his things," one said politely. Anna nodded silently and led them to the bedroom. In the closet hung Mark's expensive suits, neatly arranged. She ran her hand over a jacket she'd picked for their anniversary. A lump rose in her throat. "His things are here," she said quietly. "Please be careful with the gray suit. It's his favorite." Was his favorite? She corrected herself in her mind. While the movers worked, Anna called her friend Emily. Hi, are you at work? What's wrong?" Emily asked, hearing the strain in Anna's voice. "Mark brought divorce papers last night," Anna said, her voice cracking. A heavy pause hung on the line. "Oh, Anna, I'm so sorry," Emily said. "Honestly, I was afraid this might happen." "What do you mean?" Anna asked, her heart sinking. "Sit down. This is a long story." Emily sighed. "Ever since Mark got promoted to deputy director, he's changed. He's been rude to his team, especially women. Then this woman, Laura Bennett, showed up. She's the new head of HR, young, ambitious, from a wealthy family. She wrapped Mark around her finger fast. They started having lunches together, staying late at the office. Anna's hands shook uncontrollably. "Everyone knew?" she whispered. "I'm sorry, Anna. I wanted to tell you," Emily said. "I thought it might just be a phase." But they got bold, flirting openly in meetings, leaving for lunch together. Last week, Laura was showing off a diamond ring. "A gift from someone special," she said. Just then, a mover dropped a box, the crash making Anna jump. "I'll call you back," she said quickly, hanging up. The next hour passed in a blur. The movers cleared out Mark's things, leaving the closet empty. Anna tidied up, gathering stray ties and closing bare drawers. In an old jacket pocket, she found a photo of them together. They were smiling, happy. Unable to bear it, she tore the picture into pieces. Her phone rang again. It was Emily. "Anna, you okay? I can't stop thinking about you." I don't know," Anna said. "But you know what? I'm almost grateful to Laura. She showed me who Mark really is, my almost ex-husband." "What are you going to do?" Emily asked. "I'm not sure yet, but I won't just sit and cry," Anna said firmly. "For 2 years, I lived for him. It's time to live for me." "That's the spirit," Emily cheered. "But don't rush to sign those papers. Let him sweat." "No, I'll sign them," Anna said. "I won't beg or cling to someone who betrayed me. But that doesn't mean I'll forget or forgive. He'll pay for every tear I've shed." After hanging up, Anna walked to the window. A truck carried Mark's things away down the street. She watched it go, feeling her old life leave with it. Ahead was uncertainty, but for the first time in years, she wasn't afraid. She grabbed her phone and dialed a number. "Hello, I'm calling about booking a corporate event. I'd like to reserve your largest hall for next Friday, for 200 guests. I also need to discuss special arrangements for the evening." The Grandview Hotel glowed with lights. Luxury cars lined up at the entrance. The company's top executives gathered for the annual gala. Mark helped Laura step out of the car, admiring her sleek red dress. In the past month, his life had transformed. The divorce went smoothly. Anna signed the papers without a fight. Now he was free, with a woman who matched his new status. "Darling, look how everyone's staring," Laura purred, adjusting his tie. "We're the perfect couple. I'm jealous of myself." The banquet hall buzzed with festive energy. Waiters served champagne, and a live band played softly. Mark and Laura took the central table, reserved for the deputy director. "Guess what?" Laura whispered. "They say the company's owner is coming tonight. She's a mystery, no one's seen her. But she's supposedly a big deal." Mark smirked. "Probably some old heiress who inherited the business. We've seen her type before." Just then, the CEO stepped onto the stage. "Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is special," he announced. "For the first time, our company's owner is here. Please welcome Ms. Anna Marie Collins." Mark choked on his champagne. His ex-wife glided onto the stage. She was unrecognizable in a stunning black dress that hugged her figure. Her confident stride and elegant updo erased any trace of the housewife he knew. "Good evening, esteemed colleagues," Anna said, her voice calm and commanding. "I'm thrilled to finally meet you in person. For years, I've watched our company grow from the sidelines. But now, it's time for change." She paused, scanning the silent room. "Starting tomorrow, I'll take an active role in leading the company. I have big plans for our future. Together, we'll take this business to new heights. Expect bold changes and rapid growth. For tonight, enjoy the celebration." The room erupted in applause. Employees swarmed Anna, offering drinks and eager to talk. She handled the crowd with grace, giving each person her attention. Mark pushed through the throng, desperate to reach her. "Anna, wait, we need to talk. I need to understand." But she slipped away, lost in the crowd. Laura stayed at the table, nervously twisting her napkin. "How could you not know?" she hissed at Mark. "Why didn't you tell me your wife owns the company?" "I didn't know," he snapped. "Do you think I'd have left her if I did?" "You're an idiot," Laura said, grabbing her purse. "Don't come near me again. You're a failure. Why would I need you now?" She stormed toward the exit, leaving Mark alone. His ex-wife was gone, leaving behind whispers of awe and a storm of emotions. One thought pounded in his head. What have I done? At 9 a.m. the next morning, Mark was summoned to the CEO's office. The air felt heavy as he entered. The CEO didn't look up from his papers. "Sit down, Mr. Evans," he said coldly. "This will be brief. The company no longer needs your services. Your skills don't meet our new standards." "What? Why?" Mark paled. "I just got promoted. Here's the termination order. Sign it," the CEO said. "Security will escort you out." An hour later, Mark stood outside Anna's apartment, his old home. He'd rehearsed his speech a dozen times, but the words felt hollow. Anna opened the door after a long pause. She looked striking in a tailored pantsuit, her hair perfectly styled. "Why are you here?" she asked, her tone icy. "Anna, please." Mark stepped inside. "I'm sorry. I was a fool. I see it now. Let's start over." "Stop," Anna said, her voice sharp. "I despise weak men who grovel and belittle others, especially women." He grabbed her arm. "Where did this company come from? Why did you hide it?" Anna pulled free, a bitter smile on her lips. "You never asked," she said. "You only saw me as a housewife. But since you're asking, I'll tell you, I have nothing to hide. My grandfather founded this company. My father ran it until he fell ill 3 years ago. I started managing it quietly, behind the scenes. I wanted to be seen as a professional, not just an heiress. Why didn't you tell me?" Mark pressed. "Why? So you could fawn over me or brag about your rich wife? I wanted you to love me, not my money or status. But you failed the test. Mark, your first taste of power went to your head. I love you," he blurted. "I always have. It was a mistake. It could happen to anyone." "No," Anna said. "That was your true self, your greed for power and money." A tall man in a sharp suit stepped out of the living room. His movements were calm, his smile warm but firm. "Everything okay?" he asked, eyeing Mark. "I heard raised voices, so I thought I'd check." "It's fine, James," Anna said softly. "My ex-husband was just leaving." "Right, Mark? I strongly suggest you go," James said. "I don't like using force, but I will if needed." Mark backed toward the door, his face pale with humiliation and anger. The door slammed behind him. Anna let out a relieved breath. "Thank you, James. I'm so grateful you were here." "Who said I'm just helping?" he said, looking into her eyes. "I'm serious about winning your heart." "Anna Marie." She raised an eyebrow, a small smile forming. "Oh, really?" she said, tilting her head. "And how do you plan to do that?" "For starters, I'd like to take you to lunch," he said. "No cliches, just honesty and respect." Anna glanced at her watch. "I have a big meeting in an hour to discuss the company's overhaul." "Then dinner tonight," James said. "I'll wait as long as it takes." His voice held no flattery, just the steady confidence of someone who knew what he wanted. Anna smiled. Life was taking a sharp turn. And this time, it felt like the right direction. She thought of the cookbook she'd always wanted to write. Maybe now was the time to start. Not just for recipes, but for a new chapter in her life. She'd spent years building someone else's world. Now, she'd build her own. With every step, she felt stronger. The pain of betrayal still lingered, but it fueled her. She wouldn't let Mark's actions define her. Instead, they'd pushed her to discover her own power. The company was hers, and so was her future. She'd make it brighter than ever. Sometimes, the end of one story is the start of a better one. Anna was ready to write hers.